welcome to another episode of Clash Royale with your host Ellen here, and in today's episode we are talking about Arena 4, the best deck to Arena 4 to push Arena 5. And I tried to make a deck which you can use throughout whole arenas with making the smallest changes to the deck. So, for example, you get a deck and you request from your clan the cards for that deck. Then in Arena 5, for example, you don't have to change the whole deck or like most of the deck to be able to compete. And this, okay, so one thing I want to say, there's good decks, there's bad decks, there's average decks. Even the good decks, even the best decks will not win every single match. I mean, of course, it depends how you play the deck, and it depends a lot of other stuff. But there is no deck which can win every single match. So when we say the best deck to push from Arena 4 to Arena 5, it means that you win 70% of the games, which gives you cups to which gives you cups to push the arenas. So this is one of the best decks for you guys to push from Arena 4 to Arena 5, and with making minimized changes to further arenas. I'm going to cover every single arena, how you guys can push the arenas. But for the time being, for the Arena 4, this is one of the best decks you can use, and which covers every aspect of the game. So initially I had like spear goblins instead of arrows, and I changed it to arrows, which I will explain further in this episode. So I asked my clanmate to assist me with a demonstration how this deck works. I asked him to go to Arena 4 in the TV Royale and pick random decks which won the match in TV Royale. So without further talking, let's jump into it, and I will explain how the deck works and how can you win 70% of the games with this deck. So this is the first match. So he picked from the TV Royale Arena 4 the Witch Giant Skeleton deck, which I used to rock once back in lower arenas. So as you can see, he starts quick, real dangerous, one of the dangerous pushes, Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Minion Horde. Luckily I have as you can see, the counter for that, like with minimum elixir. Because that cost him 9 elixir to push on the left side, and it cost me like 8 elixir to push on the right side, which cost him to take a tower. And here, as you can see, the Prince cost 5 elixir, and Tombstone is one of my favorite cards recently. Cost 3 elixir, which is like real good positive trade. And that Tombstone would have taken that Prince without even assist of the Arena Tower. So this is really good deck. Okay, he has to rocket my Valkyrie. I think he tried to rocket my Musketeer too, but my Musketeer stopped on time before him getting any damage. It's a simple 6 elixir push, 7 elixir push, sorry, with Hog Rider and minions, and the tower is done. And you can see this deck is, why I like this deck is quick, and it has counters for different kind of decks, which you will see further in this episode. So, and it's really good. It's like cheap, so I can cycle back to my Tombstone for my defense again. And as you can see, 50 seconds to the end of the game, and he's like trying to defend as much as he can. And he is one of the, by the way, one of the top players in my clan, and I asked him to really try to defeat me with random decks from the Arena 4. And to show that it would be fair in Arena 4, actually, it's friendly battle, so every card we have is like the same level, tournament standard. As you can see, like this, look at that, the 4 elixir mini P.E.K.K.A and 3 elixir tombstone. Tombstone shuts down mini P.E.K.K.A plus absorbs the charge of the prince. So this is the first example, first deck, how you can use this deck against the mini P.E.K.K.A, prince and witch kind of deck. So we'll jump into the other ones, like balloon giant and witch, one of the popular decks, I guess, in Arena 4. Considering it made to TV Royale. So this match was pretty tough one, and as you will see why. As first started, I played my 3 elixir cost tombstone in the middle. And look at this. If he ignores this, Valkyrie goes and this tombstone like builds up, like this skeleton make a lot of damage. It's pretty good that he has the. Does he having the bomb tower is like really stopping a lot of pushes. The bomb tower is one of the good counters for like spawner decks and stuff, but it costs like 5 elixir, so when you want to make a cycle deck, it's not that, you know, beneficial to have like 5 elixir cost defense card. And in here, like you can see, like this defense, like this minions and like spear goblins, and they didn't do a single damage to the tower, and we got his tower almost like 1000 down in health. Okay, another good example of tombstone. To distract the balloon, you just put the tombstone, 3 elixir and 3 elixir minions, and the balloon down. Plus you get some damage on the left side. So, but this is gonna be pretty hard to push him because of his bomb towers. Like he's going to defend really well with that. And expose, man, expose. One of the most hated cards in the game, probably, and because it's pretty dangerous if you leave it alone. And you know, just barbs, really good content for that. Defensive tombstone, and he should be shot down without even hitting our tower. Look at this. He distracts. Plus, like after it's done, spawn some skeletons and it's done. And it's like this combo you can see here, like all trifecta, like Valkyrie, Hog Rider, and Musketeer. But I mix it up like to adjust it to today's game and to make it more interesting. So like he's defending pretty well now. He's like pushing us back with that Valkyrie. He's like killing most of our really low health troops, and you know there's that bomb tower not letting us to get to his tower. So this is when like you see that the direct damage, like fireball, is pretty important. Like plays pretty important role here. And I want to like fireball his tower earlier, but he's like was smart move by him, like not putting his bomb tower near, like it wasn't out of the range of fireball, so I couldn't hit both bomb tower and the tower, so it was like not a good elixir trade. So I had to leave it alone, and until he made a mistake by putting the expo over there. As you can see, there's a lot of troops there, which I can like get a positive elixir trade from. So I had to fireball that expo. Here again, the tombstone dragging that balloon and delaying him from just hitting my tower, and the last fireball, tower down. Direct damage, one of the good cards in against this kind of defensive decks where you have two buildings like bomb tower and expo. So third random deck he picked, it was a spawner deck which was spawning spear goblins, and as I said, you are going to win with this deck 70% of the games. And so after losing to him to this deck, I realized that I can't like use my fireball against his spawner. Plus he had the skeleton army, which was pretty devastating against my hog rider, and he didn't let me to get his tower, and I had to switch from spear goblins, which you might as well. I think it's better to switch from spear goblins to the arrows, and this is the result. But by the time it was like second or third time I switched the spear goblins to the arrows, and by the time I knew his cards, and it was like I think even if I didn't switch the spear goblins to the arrows, I would probably win him. I was the thing was the spawner decks. As soon as they put the spawner deck on one side, you have to push the other side immediately. Because spawner decks, if you would have put in that giant in front of the spawner deck, that would be twice as devastating as it here. He's like not getting even a shot, but that was like pretty good fireball over there. But because as you can see, because the minions cannot like build up behind that giant or behind the. I'm like you're pushing the other side. You are making the opponent to make elixir investment on the other side, so they cannot build a bigger push on the side they have putting their spawner. This is the main thing to defend against the spawner decks. This is the game where I finally get in my and I was like, I brought my arrows, which I didn't use, and he kinda had the skeleton army, which he couldn't use because of a lot of spam, and like me making him to just invest and lose elixir on the other side of his spawner spear goblins. As you can see, just spear goblins did a lot of damage on the left side because I was ignoring that, not on purpose, because I had to ignore it, because if I go against it, he's obviously going to build and bigger push against me, and I'm going to be on the elixir deficit. So here you switch to the right side with his spawner deck, as you can see, and look, I'm just trying to defend right side because it's on the same side as his spawner deck. He's pushing me pretty hard. I mean, as soon as you get one tower, and if you see that he's switching to the other side, you have to switch on, or you have to like put everything to defense with spawner decks. God, I hate spawner decks. Anyways, like if you probably had more time, he will probably take that tower. But I knew that he was going to take that other tower That's why I was already pushing the, like, you know, sending one or two troops to the left side to get his tower as low as I can. If he takes my right tower, so I would like take his left tower immediately, like put sending everything over there if there was more time left in the game. So basically, guys, this is the deck I created for the Arena 4 for you, which you can use to push to Arena 5. This is one of the best decks which have been tried a lot, and I made like a couple of modifications to make it even more stable against the different kind of decks, so to get the percentage of your wins higher than 70%. So you, with this deck, you're going to win more than 70% of the games you play, which will get you to Arena 5 sooner than, like, you know, winning 50% of the time. Like, you win 550, you lose 50, you just like stay on the same place. So use it, tell me how it works for you, and if you have other decks, if you like have your favorite deck which you want to use, and maybe you want to know some tips about that deck, and you know, you can leave a comment down below and I will cover that your deck and tell you the best way to use it, or maybe to advise you to modify some cards to make it better. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from this video, and subscribe for the Arena 5 deck, and see you in the next episode.